just wanted to first thank all of you for coming today to my speech and taking the time out of your day to do this for me. So I thank you for coming and listening. Kaylin is one of my best friends that I met in college. I met her at the very beginning of my junior year, and as I got to know her, I quickly realized that she had went through something very tragic in her life. Caitlin lost her twin brother 2 years ago due to a drunk driving accident. He unfortunately stepped into the car with someone that had been drinking and should not have been driving that night. They spun out of control, hit a tree, and Brandon lost his life that night. As you can see by this small story, drinking and driving is a serious issue and something that can affect my life, your life, and anyone's life if they make one bad decision. I want the audience to understand that drinking and driving is a serious problem. It is not only endangering your own life, but also the lives of someone else that you may love. Real people die every day due to this serious problem. My proposition is that every person in this room makes a conscious decision and a vow not to drink and drive. That you get more involved and help make a change. This decision can help save your life or the lives of the people that you love. Today, I'm going to inform you of how serious this problem is, the cause and effect of it, and I'm going to give you a solution to this problem and also a visualization. Driving under the influence is a serious problem that is killing and injuring many people. Driving a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcohol continues to be an important public health problem since 1997. The United States, says plague in 1997. The United States, for example, in 2010, there was a total of 2,211 passenger vehicle occupants aged 16 to 19 years died in crashes on public roadways. 1,280 of those, which is 58%, were drivers. One in every 5 of those drivers, 16 to 19 years of age, were involved in a fatal crash with positive alcohol blood levels. This came from a report in 2013 from Merrick. Many people believe that the consequences for driving under the alcohol are not severe enough. Numerous polls indicate that Americans are firmly convinced that drunk drivers are rarely punished to the extent that they should be and that they deserve to be. There was an article written that is called, "Is Drunk Driving a Serious Offense?" I believe that this is a problem that the people are not aware of the consequences, or that they have been let off easy before they think they can do it again and not get in trouble. Basically, drunk drivers aren't being punished. Their sentences, for instance, Caitlin, the person that killed Caitlin's brother was only in jail for about 2 years, and his license was never even taken away. People just think they can do it over and over again, and there's no real consequences from the government or from the state. Driving under the influence, the cause and effect of this is taking another's life. If you drink and drive, you aren't just taking your own life into risk. You're taking the lives of anyone else on the road. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration estimates 2 out of every 5 drivers that will be involved in alcohol-related collision during their lifetime. Driving under the influence can send you also to prison. My friend from sophomore year of college, I had been friends with him for years, was drinking, made the decision to get in the car. He swerved to get out of the way of a deer, hit a tree, and killed his best friend and went to prison for 2 years. He not only went to prison, but he lost his best friend, and he has to live with that for the rest of his life. The significance of drinking and driving. This is a quote from Hamilton. That was an article he wrote about Mothers Against Drunk Driving in 2000. Drunk driving kills and injures real people, shatters families, and leaves huge voids in their hearts, of the hearts of families and friends. It is irresponsible action of others that brought MAD, to where it is today. This is why it's so important to recognize this problem and to make a change and raise awareness. My solution to all of you, now that we know this problem is overwhelming and endangering lives, how can we, or what can we do to change it? How about we get involved and raise awareness and let people know that it's not okay to be that selfish and to drink and drive? My plan of action? Always have a plan. Always have a designated driver before you go out and you know that you will be drinking. The association between drinking and driving is significantly stronger among those with a high score of impulsivity compared to those who have a low score. So that basically means that the people who don't have a plan, they go off of their own impulses, they drink and drive more. So if you know that you're that type of person, if you know that you typically don't have a plan, make a plan. You know, there's people that just go out and drink and they have no way of knowing how they're going to get home. They're just trying to have a good time, and then they think they can leave, and they can't. Raise awareness and get involved in community groups such as MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. The legislation known as the Road Safe Act would support the creation of the partnership between anti-drunk driving associates like MAD, large car companies, and federal governments to design devices that prevent intoxicated people from ever turning on their car. Brown decided to sign off on the new bill after receiving dozens of letters and calls from anti-drinking driving advocates in Ohio, many of which contain personal stories of families affected by drunk driving. So the targeted news story basically did a story on how Brown, senator in Ohio, was being sent letters and letters, and he decided that he needed to stand up and make a change. It is important that every state considers their drunk driving laws and what they can do as a state to save lives. It starts with you. You are the voice. My solvency for this is that people need to be fully aware of the punishment and repercussions of drinking and driving. As stated before, numerous polls indicate that Americans are firmly convinced that drunk drivers are rarely punished to the extent that they deserve. If Americans truly feel this way, then why aren't they standing up to solve the problem? Why aren't we getting involved and demanding a change? States need to make the punishment for drunk driving under the influence more severe. In Louisiana, a high rate of alcohol-related deaths. This state, for example, is looking for punishment for drunk drivers to punish them more severely. If a law does not take driving under the influence seriously, don't expect the people of America to take it seriously either. My visualization is if we truly make a commitment to stop drinking and driving and to stop others from doing the same, casualties from drinking and driving will significantly be reduced. What happens if we do that? Let's just think about this. In a perfect world, alcohol isn't the root of the problem. People need to be responsible enough to drink and not drive. Selfish people wouldn't risk their life or someone else's life that they don't even know. In a perfect world, fathers and mothers wouldn't get a knock on the door from a state trooper at 2 a.m. saying that their son has passed away. People would stand up and make a difference. People wouldn't spend years in prison because they killed their best friend. What happens if we don't do this? If we don't make a change, people will still continue to be irresponsible and drink and drive. People will continue to die every day due to alcohol-related accidents. Parents will continue to get that knock on their door or that phone call that changes their life forever. People will still go to prison for killing their friends. Sons will lose their fathers and daughters will lose their mothers. My conclusion today, we need to make a difference. We need to make a choice that each of us in this room are not going to drink and drive. Today, I have reviewed the main problem of drinking and driving. I've given you a solution and my visualization. Don't be the one who lets one irresponsible night devastate your entire life. I propose that we do get involved. We make the state enforce stricter laws and always have a drunk driver when you're out drinking. Please help save a life. Thank you.